Connor, many congratulations. An average of almost 102 there. You must be over the moon with that display.
Yeah, I felt like it was very good. To be critical on myself, I felt like my scoring could have been an awful lot better, but my finishing was pretty good, which was a bit of a change. Normally I'm a big scorer, but I struggle on my finishing. But it was nice to swap the two round for a change.
And we saw you interacting with the crowd throughout that game. How much did you enjoy playing in that atmosphere?
I love playing up there. I feel like in my second game last time around I didn't interact enough, whereas in my first game I interacted perfectly, and in this one I interacted perfectly. I think timing it properly to not disrespect the opponent is a massive thing, just so you don't come across too arrogant. I felt like I timed my G in the crowd up very well, not to put someone off, but to just G myself up.
You came here last year, Connor. You were trying to retain your tour card. This time you've now got a 2-year tour card guaranteed. Is that awfully allowed you to play with more freedom now?
I don't think so, because there was an awful lot riding on that game. I mean, if I'd lost that game, then it was open to interpretation whether I would stay in that top 64. Winning that game has guaranteed me it, which is nice, but it wasn't a settler in the match, because I knew what I had to do, and I'm very, very happy that I won that game.
And we've seen you on the big stage over the last month or so, playing well at the Grand Slam, a quarter-final appearance in Minehead. How much confidence has that given you going into this tournament?
I think, take away from the confidence so much, I think I learnt an awful lot after that first game against Chizzy. I had a very good first game against Chisnall. I think I learnt an awful lot against Richie and Ross the next 2 games, which set me up very well for Minehead. And
now looking ahead, Damon Heta in round 2. What's your mindset going into that game?
It should be fun. I mean, me and Damo, other than this week running up to Worlds after the draw come out, we were practice partners on the Scolia system, so I could play against each other on the in our practice rooms and things like that. But yeah, it should be a good game. It would be nice to play a friend up there. It would be nice to play a friendly face.
Connor, congratulations. You spoke about the previous TV tournaments. Did those two give you the platform to come here and just be you?
I think so. I mean, I've worked an awful lot after that, the Grand Slam defeat, because I did think I was in a good position to get out of the group there. After winning my first game against Dave 5-0, I thought, here we go, I've just beaten Dave Chisholm on TV 5-0. I'm in a good position here. No disrespect to Dave, but I thought, well, I was in a very good position in that group. And that got away from me due to a lot of missed starts of doubles. So I've worked an awful lot on my doubles and things like that, and my finishing and just my set-up shots towards the finishing as well, to make sure I'm on something comfortable. And I think that showed very well at the Players' Championships. I mean, even against Mario van den Boogaard in the second round, I didn't struggle on anything like I would have done previously.
Everyone knows how well you've played this year, but coming here this early in the World Championships and putting down a real benchmark, does that send a statement out to everyone else that, hang on a minute, I am here to compete with the very best and can win this?
I think it does a little bit. It's nice to have the first 10 plus of the tournament, at least I think it is. But obviously everyone else knows they're very, very capable. Like the top boys know they're very, very capable of averaging over 100. It wouldn't surprise me if Gezi went up this evening and averaged 110. Like, it wouldn't surprise me, but it's very, very nice to have the first one, and hopefully I'm in a few clips at Christmas time.
And just looking ahead, obviously, to next year on tour, whether it's whichever way, does this give you the confidence? Because last time that year one cost you, do you feel now so well equipped to go and attack the tour properly?
Yeah, I feel like I'm a much better all-round player. To be able to perform well at the World Championships and a few other major tournaments, I feel like I'm a much better equipped player now than what I was previously, which I think will stand me in good stead for next year. Thank you, Phil.
Connor, how much do you think you've changed from sort of last time at the World Championships as coming in as a player this time?
I think I've changed an awful lot. Feel like I'm a lot more confident in my own ability. I'm a lot more myself up there. I don't mind having a laugh and a joke, whereas I think I've been guilty in the past of taking it far too seriously.
You looked relaxed up there tonight. Where do you think that comes from yourself?
I think it comes from just having that experience. Experience in this game is invaluable. Like you can't buy that experience. But the more chances I get up there, the more comfortable I feel and the more myself I can be.
You've obviously said the tour card is now there, you're in the top 64 and you're in good positions as far as next year goes as well. Is that a real goal for next year, to be appearing regularly on TV and regularly be at these big events?
I'm not one of those people that likes to set goals, but I'm in a very good position to make the match play, and that would be nice for me next year. It'd be nice to go and be able to play the match play.
Thank you.
You've said, Connor, I think last month when you faced Martin Lukeman that you don't like playing friends on stage. You find it really difficult and it's something that you need to improve. Next up is Damon Hetton. You said it'd be nice to play a friendly face. So is that already that we've seen a change in mindset that actually that's something that you're going to have to deal with, especially being on tour next year?
Definitely. My first friendly face on TV was Richie at the Grand Slam. So I think that set me up very nicely to play Martin, which is then set me up very nicely to play Damo. So I'm not... when you get on stage, it has to be all business. It's all well and good playing each other in your practice rooms and things, but when you get out there, it's all business, and it has to be. I mean, I get on extremely well with Ben Robb. That was the third time we played each other. We've always got on extremely well. But you got a job to do at the end of the day, so I can't always be the nicest guy in the room. I can't rely on that.
If there's people who only tune in once a year to watch the World Championship, fans may not know a lot about you, but certainly, do you think the top players in this tournament are going to be earmarking you specifically as a non-seeded player and think, actually, this guy's a real danger? Obviously, you've got Damon Hetton next. It could be Mike De Decker. You've got a real tough draw, but out of the non-tour card holders, you're dangerous.
The bonus I had of having a very good second year of my tour card is there's not an awful lot of the people at the top of the sport that don't know who I am and don't know what I'm capable of. I've taken a few good scalps in my short time playing the PDC. There's not many people out there that don't know what I'm capable of and don't know what I'm about. So I think that bodes well in my favour. So I know what to expect because they don't think they're going to be playing someone that's not going to be very good up there. So I know I'm going to have to play well, and I know they know that they're going to have to play a half-decent game as well.
How far realistically do you think you can go this tournament? I mean, that level of performance we know can win the whole thing, but do you think you have the consistency now to actually replicate that in the game after and after that and after that?
Yeah, I think I'm very capable of replicating performances now. But obviously we don't know what's around the corner, so I'm not going to turn around and say I'm going to be picking up the Cibaldel Trophy at the end of this tournament, but hopefully it goes as well as what I think it can. Thank you very much.
Hey Connor, Jess here. Thanks. Congrats on the win, mate. Just regarding the match against Damon, you sort of talked about how you're going to have to be, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Do you anticipate playing any mind games with him or him playing any mind games with you up on the stage?
No, definitely not. I don't think we'll even practice on the same practice board before it starts. We'll probably stay in our separate corners, same as what me and Ben did tonight, and just get on with our jobs at hand. Like in any other professional sport, that's probably how they take it. You just got to stay as professional as you can and stay away from your opponent.
How do you flip that switch in your head, when you go from, all right, we're friends, and now it's like, all right, now it's on?
I think it's more so being capable of playing a dartboard rather than your opponent. If you focus on playing a dartboard rather than your opponent, then the whole friends thing doesn't matter as much. You don't think about who you're playing. So just focusing on hitting a 60 or your doubles at that point, focusing on that just takes away that friendliness, I think.
Cheers.
Okay. All good, everyone?